What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode, the first episode, I guess I should say, to Sword Art Online Alicization, the long-awaited third season of SCO, and also, Part 5 JoJo's also airing too, so to all you JoJo fans, hope y'all enjoying this. I'm currently playing catch-up with Part 4 on Tsunami, but we are neither here nor there. We're here for SAO. So, overall, I fucking love this. This episode was amazing. Art and animation, oh. I mean, it's not like Attack on Titan good like it was with Season 3 of the second episode, where the art animation there was... That art animation was godlike. But this art animation for this episode was indeed fucking phenomenal. Now, before I begin, allow me to preface what my overall thoughts and opinions are towards SCO for any newcomers that are new to the channel watching these reviews, or in case you just didn't watch my alternative GGO reviews I did during spring. So, me personally, I fucking love this show. It is my second favorite anime of all time, tied with Erase. Yes, I know it has flaws, and I do have flaws in this series, and I will admit when this show does have flaws. I'm not some blind fanboy that will, like, completely like, oh yes, SCO is absolute perfection, there are no flaws, because, trust me, there are some flaws with this series. Ooh, especially working Kawatawa's obsession with sexual assaults for some reason. Anyway, so yeah. I love the show. I will admit when there's flaws, when of course they pop up, but overall I do love this series to absolutely. I've got a whole fucking playlist on my channel dedicated to videos I've done solely on that I've done about SAO. You know, from back in the olden days when I was just doing gaming videos, and I was like releasing doing little videos on like side missions and stuff, from like SAO Hollow Fragment to like reaction videos, episode reviews, stuff I've done with Fatal Bullet, Hollow Realization, all that shit. So yeah, about the guys, if you hear any noise other than my voice in the gameplay, like creaking or squeaking, that's actually because of the my computer chair that I'm sitting on right now recording this video. Yeah, this chair is very cheaply made, as you can probably tell, but it's not struggling to hold my weight. So if you hear any like creaking or like squeaking or anything, that's why. That's what's making sounds. Anyway, let us begin. So we start this up. We got this little bomb boy who we find out his name is Yujo, I believe that's how I pronounce his name. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. And he's hacking away at this tree with an axe, counting up his hits, be like, 45, 45, 46, 47, 48, yada yada. We find out, then we of course have our boy, of course, the king of all, Jesus-kun, Kirito. Our boy, now he's more of a child. If I had to guess, he's probably like around 10ish, which I won't lie. Alicization, like from what we see in this first episode, and definitely from the OP, this is definitely the most intriguing arc of SAO. Like, I've never been this interested and intrigued by an arc of SAO. Like, because SAO usually had a pretty normal storyline. Guy wants to destroy, Death Gun. Is like a guy who killed people, that was pretty much a walking, talking Death Note, came up there in GGO, killing people, Kirito to stop him, SAO, of course, the Death Game, Kirito had to stop that. The less we say about Fairy Dance, the better. And the Mother Rosario arc was without doubt one of the most definitely the most personal SAO story we had, and without doubt, got you in them feels. Especially around the end of that, because, that stuff with Yuki, that really got me down feels. I didn't cry on nothing, but it was really tugging at my heartstrings there for that last arc in Season 2. Which, by the way, is it just me, or does the art style for SAO look a little different? Like, I don't know. I feel like they brought up the brightness or something, but the art style, like the colors seem a lot brighter, and I don't know. Is it just me, or does the art style seem different to any of you guys, or am I just seeing shit? I don't know. But I did dig I dig the new art style, because I'm pretty sure that they did change it up a little bit. It looks really damn good. So, Yujo's hacking away the tree. He finds, like, after he hits 50, he's like, he collapses to the floor. And Kirito comes up there and be like, I only heard 3 out of those 50 shots. And he's like, said by the guy that's 43, I'll catch up one day. And so he tells him, like, you treat me to some water later. And, excuse me. And then, they start wrestling with each other just because, like, they're little kids and everything. Which, yeah, they start wrestling with each other. And then, of course, the new, I guess you could say, the new female character for the arc gets introduced, Alice, which Rebecca Kawahine trying to be settled. She is obviously dresses like exactly like Alice from Alice in Wonderland. You know, blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm pretty sure she had blue eyes, but I might be wrong on that front. But wears a very similar dress, blue and white. And she's like, you know, and everyone's like, oh crap, hey, Alice, you a little early today? Or just like, no, I'm this is here, I'm same time as always. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, anyway, time for lunch. So they eat lunch. Kirito talks about how, you know, man, like, she does, like, you know, hurry up and eat, you don't want the food to spoil, spoils very quickly. And we actually, right before they begin wrestling, they check the tree, because they made a pretty decent dent in the tree, or at least there was a decent dent in the tree, while they were hacking at it. We find out that this tree has apparently people have been tackling this tree for many generations, and then that they check Kirito like writes an S on like the tree, and then like this little HUD pops up, like, you know, against like its health bar and how much damage they've actually dealt. They've only done a measly 50 points of damage to this tree, and they're like, just 50 points. How is this possible? We'll be here all day. And they talk about and usually talk about how, like, you know, that it would take 9 more generations for us to finally defeat this tree, which. And there must be that has to be one sturdy tree. 9 more generations, or unless or I guess because chainsaws don't exist, because that would probably go through it like just like that, go through it like butter probably. Anyway, so back to where I was, and then Kirito actually remembers this little story about this knight called Borcio, I believe is his name. I'm probably misremembering it a little bit, but. It's pretty much like, you know, it's kind of your typical, like, you know, knight, dragon story that you would get for something of this line. It's pretty much a fairy tale about this knight who explored this cave, found a nice looking sword, picked it up, awoke the dragon, and of course had to defeat it. But the difference is that it's actually an ice dragon, and of course, you know, his cave was filled with ice. And as we all know, ice is a good way to, you know keep your food cold, to keep your food from spoiling very quickly. And I love how Kirito discovers this. Like, he's like, that's it! I've come up with a new recipe. And I love how Rebecca Kawahine's Kirito come up with this, because of course it is Kirito. Of course he would come up with this ingenious idea in the Matrix. Anyway. And so, like, Kirito announced something like, Kirito, where are you gonna find ice, man? I mean, there's none at the market. He's like, yeah, you're right. And sits down, then he comes up with a story. And then and then they're like, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. And Yujo's like, Kirito, is that actually a good idea? And then Alice is like, no, that's actually a good day. Why don't we go do it tomorrow? And so after, like, so Yujo kind of, like, reluctantly agrees. I'm definitely going to be curious about how Yujo, because Yujo kind of comes up as that kind of guy that, you know, you would see in, like, some, like, you know, movies that are more fantasy-based, or animes that are more fantasy, that's like, that doesn't like to fight, that more or less wants to stay in the background, doesn't like confrontation, because in the OP, and later on, the man is over there fighting alongside Kirito, so I'm definitely very curious on what his character story, what his, character development is going to end up being throughout this arc, which, as we also know, is going to be 4 courses, which I believe that equals 50 episodes, if my memory serves me correct, which is definitely the longest an SEO season has been, but this has also been the longest arc in all of the, you know, the light novels. With it, I believe the light novels for this arc was like 10 novels long, so 50 episodes, 10 novels. Don't know how they're going to do it, because A1 usually dedicates like 12 episodes to each book. You know, 12 episodes to Sword to the SAO arc, 12 episodes to Fairy Dance, 12 episodes to GGO, 12 episodes to Mother Rosario, yada yada yada. So, I mean, I'm curious how that's going to end up, but I'm definitely very intrigued for the long haul for this arc, because I can definitely tell this arc going to be good. This arc going to be good. Ooh, that OP. I'll talk about the OP when we get to at the end of the episode, but. And this also was an hour-long special, which was all pretty. I was actually originally going to do a reaction to this, but my iPad's battery was getting really low, and I just finished watching Super Showdown, which hence why this review was getting out so damn late, because I meant to get this review out much earlier than I ended up getting, but Super Showdown was pretty long, and I was, of course, getting a lot of match reactions to that. If you want my quick little thoughts, I thought the pay-per-view was overall pretty good. Decent matches, Undertaker vs. Triple H, damn good match, but the match tonight, in my personal opinion, was definitely AJ Styles vs. Samoa Joe. So yeah. Back to the episode itself. So they end up end up agreeing to, like, you know, okay, we're gonna do this. They get their night's sleep. We go back, and of course now they walk, and of course they meet up at the cave. They walk in. They actually have Alice, hey, hand me the does like some little spell to conjure up this little flower. I don't know really what to call it. It lights up, lighting their way to the castle, to the cave. So they go in there. After some time, they eventually find the castle, the cave, ice everywhere. But they find out that actually the dragon is indeed dead. They're all left is a skeleton. And so Kirito tries to grab the sword because of course he does. Which I gotta say, the sword, that's a damn good looking sword. He can't lift it up because of course he's a little kid and the sword weighs probably 10 tons or something. So Kirito can't lift it, so he leaves it, but he's like, you know what? And they're thinking about should we take the treasure? But nah, would that, I don't know if we should take the treasure, wouldn't that be grave robbing and everything? So they end up just taking the ice and of course leave. But they actually forget their way, how to get there. Which of course leads to Alice being like, which way did we go? which way did we out? And they're like Kirito and Yujo. Jesus, I'm already. I swear, I'm terrible with names. They're pointing in different directions to these different holes that of course lead to different exits. They end up going through one that Alice thought was a shorter way. Yujo finds an exit. He's like, I see light. We're almost there to the exit, and then they end up in the dark territory, a land you are not meant to be crossed. It is forbidden. What is this, Harry Potter? This is like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, or somewhere you must not cross to the forbidden land. It is sacrilege. You will be executed if you dare cross that line. And we see these two knights facing off, of course, on top of dragons, which was, the art animation was amazing. And the blue knight kind of falls down. He extends his arm out, and Alice, I don't know why, was compelled to start walking towards him, and then somehow she ends up tripping. I don't know why. She didn't she never tripped on a rock or something, so I guess she just lost her footing or something. And Kirito's like, no! And she falls to the floor, but her hand crosses the line. Only a couple of her fingers. And of course they're like, taboo has been, you have committed an alternate taboo. And then this little head comes out and be like, access a report confirmed. Bye. He does some report confirmed who target acquired and all that stuff. And he ends up leaving. And of course, and they're like, let's just go home. And so they of course go through the other exit back to their place. They'll say their goodbyes and everything. Where we see Kirito and Yujo go sleep. We see Yujo, he has a bit of a dream sequence where he's dreaming about Alice and her, of course, what happened with her, the taboo and everything. They go back, we see them back with the axe. And they actually notice that the Dragon Knight, then the White Knight riding the dragon that we saw earlier in the episode, they actually cross over to the little village area where they all live. And they're like, oh no. So they end up going over there. We see Alice. We see and Kirito's like, hey, we need to get out of here. You're not safe. You need to hide. And we actually see Alice's dad. And the dude tells her, of course, that Alice committed taboo. She will, of course, be interrogated and then executed. And her father really doesn't put up much of a fight. No, it's actually ends up being Kirito and Yujo doing all the heavy lifting. And I love Kirito's plan. Or it's hey, I'm gonna use this axe and come towards the dude and try to fight while you go and grab Yujo. Because of course Kirito goes in there for the first for the full frontal attack. He tries to go to attack him, but then he looks at it and Kirito gets blown away. I don't know, must be some magical spell. And Kirito also tries, hey, she wasn't the only one there. If we were there, if you're going to take her down, you got to take us down too. But he ends up not taking them. And just has them be held down. And usually ends up, Kirito's Yujo, go get Alice, go grab her. And he just kind of sits in place. But we see in its eye, it has, I forget the exact wording it said, but it's error on one of his eye with a bunch of numbers on it. As he just kind of looks at Alice being taken away. So, I'm definitely curious about this. Is he like Yui, where he's just an AI? Or is he a real person? We'll have to wait and see, I guess. So that's something going to be very tricky. Which, of course, then, that's when Kirito finally awakens from the Matrix. Because let's be honest, this is the Matrix. Like, we've always made the jokes that SAO is in the Matrix, but this is the Matrix. Like, legit, like, it's like almost exactly like the Matrix. And Kirito wakes up, but he has a tear going down his eye. We then actually head over back to GGO, which was actually very surprising because I didn't think we were ever going to actually go back here. I thought, the alternate GGO was like probably like the last time I ever see GGO, but no, we see GGO again. And we actually see Sion, she's being chased by these dudes. Art animation, oh my god. The art animation is phenomenal. Next, they're all still rocking their original outfits they have from season 2, but of course, the new guys, Clyde, Asuna, Liz, and Silica, of course, rocking new outfits because we, of course, is the first time we've seen them in GGO. So, and I love it. And then, she's running away, these bullet lines appear on her. Then this car comes crashing through these little trees and gets right in front of Sion, taking the hits. And then we see that Liz is driving, Klein is shooting at one of the windows, and then we got fucking Silica operating a fucking turret. Yes, you heard me right. Silica is operating a turret. What? It was awesome. And then, of course, people start throwing smoke bombs everywhere. We see Kirito, then we see Kirito off, which, for some reason, Kirito's still rocking the trap look from season 2. I thought he would have changed it by now, but apparently not. And Asuna. Oh, Asuna's outfit. Yes. 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 I love Asuna's outfit. I love that she's, of course, also riding a lightsaber. I know they're called, futon blades or whatever, but let's be honest, they're lightsabers. So I'm going to keep calling them lightsabers. She is actually rocking a red lightsaber, which I was glad to see. I still don't think we'll ever get a lightsaber duel with these things ever in SAO. I swear I don't know why Reki Kawahara hasn't jumped on that. I mean, if you're going to introduce lightsabers into your story, you have to have a lightsaber fight eventually. I don't know, maybe we'll see later on, or maybe not, I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Anyway, so of course, they end up just retreating, and then, after Kirito and Asuna ends up, of course, like always, kicking ass and taking it. Oh my god, the art and animation here. Oh, mwah. The art and animation here was so damn good. It was, you can definitely tell that A1 put all their money in the SAO Season 3, and P5 only got the scraps. Which, as you apparently speak of P5, it has actually been confirmed. Apparently, actually, P5, the anime, has actually ended. It's done. They're ending it there. And that apparently is going to get, a little, OVA in December that's going to adapt the rest of the story. And people are still they stop with the bad ending. It's really not the bad. As a game player myself, it's not the bad ending. It's not even the ending. I'm not going to go any far because I don't want to spoil it for you guys, because what happens there is fucking amazing, but it's kind of weird that they did end it there because I thought they were going to keep going, but hey, I'm looking forward to the OVA, and in a way it's better for me because that means I'm only reviewing one show on Saturdays, which means that's a huge load of stress off my back for homework with my college. Sweet Jesus, college is, whew. College is imagine if you were playing a Persona game, but you were always cutting it short with getting the castle, with finish up the palace there. That's essentially my college workload. It's just I'm always just barely cutting it very close with this stuff. Anyway, back to the episode. So they eventually end the retreat, and we actually see this one guy put up this hood, and then I think he also put on a mask or something, and then we literally see a red dot appear where his face is. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel a feeling that it's something to do with Death Gun, because as we know, from Season 2, if I remember correctly, there were actually 2 Death Guns. Of course, Sion's friend, and of course his brother. So, I don't know if this is unrelated, this is his brother, because they say that he's actually hasn't been captured yet, so maybe he's still around, scrummaging through GGO, but we'll have to wait and see on that front. I don't know if they're ever going to go back, address this later on in the series, or they might just end up saving this for a little filler arc, maybe midway through, or maybe for season 4 or something. I don't know. Anyway, so of course then we get back to where everyone's sitting at this table at this little, I guess you can say, lobby area where everyone's just talking about what happened, and Sion says I didn't think that this was going to happen, my plan was full of holes, I didn't think they were going to retreat. Like, the Clyde's hey, they retreated, that's still a W in my books, and they're like, whatever. And so then we actually head over to Agil's cafe, where actually Sion actually invited Kirito over to ask him something. So we get there first. Shion asks like, "Hey, Kirito, have you lost weight?" And then he's like, "Have I? Okay." And never mind that. And of course he tells what she asked her, and she talks about, of course, about the fifth bullets next year, and of course asks him like if she, and of course asks for Kirito's help with the next one, because of course of this new player that's going to be there called the Stabilizer. If I remember correctly, that's what his name is. He's pretty much he's like one of the top players in GGO. You know, he actually gave Sion a run for money, and actually killed her, and actually forced him into extreme close quarters combat, and finished her off before she could even aim his gun at him. He's like, whoa, impressive to have someone to take a veteran like you. All right, to take down a veteran like her. He's like, okay. And then Sion points a finger gun at him, and of course asks him to, of course, join her for the fifth bullets. And Kirito talks about how, like, oh, so you're pretty much over it now. Of course, as we know, back in season 2, Sion had a fear of guns because she killed a man when she was 10 years old. Seriously, what is Ricky Kawahara's obsession with dark and depressing backstories that give Sasuke a run for his money? I really hope that in season 3, the two new characters we got introduced to, Alice and the other dude, literally his name is I forget his name already. Like those two, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them has like some extremely dark bad, like they were tested on when they were children and forced into this program as slaves or like guinea pigs or something. Like, I wouldn't be surprised that because I'm also sick and tired of the dark, depressing backstories like Kirito. My parents were killed in a car accident, and then I had to live with my cousin, and I thought I was living a lie of her actually being my sister. Or Sion, where I killed a man when I was 10 years old, right in the face. Like, yeah. And of course she's like, oh, she says she's not completely over it, but she is indeed getting a lot better of it, which is nice for her that which is nice that she's actually getting a little bit better with her fear. And Kirito actually asked him if Sakawa, I think his name is, the dude that tried to rape Sion back at the end of season 2. She asked him like, hey, Kirito asked her like, hey, how's he doing? Which I was like surprised about, because I thought we were just gonna put him under the rug, or brush it under the rug, and never talk about it again. But no, they actually bring it up, which is actually pretty interesting. And she talks about how his condition is getting a lot better, and then she even plans to visit him later on, which is cool. Which I guess by condition is better. He's not crazy. She wants to rape her and is chanting Asuna. Anyway. And then Asuna shows up, and she's like, hey, Sion. She's like, hey, Asuna. And the first thing Asuna asks Kirito when she sits there is like, hey, Kirito, you've lost weight, haven't you? I'm like, and I look at Kirito, and I'm like, I think he looks a little thinner. I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen Kirito that he also looks the exact same to me. And where she's like, you're overworking again because of that part-time job of yours. And pulls out her phone, pulls this out that literally has Kirito's heart rate on it. I shit you not. So how this thing works is that there's a miniature sensors, like I guess implanted by Kirito's heart, whereas of course sent over real time through the internet to Asuna's phone. So, and Sion's like, oh. She's like, first like, why would you want that? And she's like, oh, it would be an anti-cheating system, wouldn't it? She's like, no, it's not that. Which, if it was, I would definitely call Asuna a little paranoid. But then again, Kirito's usually always surrounded by women, so I guess I wouldn't completely blame her for wanting to keep her bases covered. Anyway, and we also find out that Sion also invited Asuna for, of course, to help her out with the bullets. So we're gonna have Kirito, Asuna, and Sion. Which, if we do see this end up getting animated for perhaps later on season 4, or perhaps in season 5, or season 3, or perhaps in season 4. I'm getting my seasons confused. I would like to see it, because that thing was pretty good, because those are probably the bossest characters in SCL. Kirito, Asuna, Sion. Those guys great with the swords, and Sion got some in the range with their sniper rifle. That'd be like hype to see those guys just love everyone. And I would love to see if actually we would see like that's when they bring in like the alternative characters and have them fight it out, like to put Len and Pizza over there and everything. That'd also be very entertaining to watch. Anyway, and one other thing, I forgot to mention this. When they actually went to the bar area, when Seal was talking about her plans, if you look in a little bit by the pool table, you can actually see two of the characters from SAO Fatal Bullets in there. Like, it's the pink hair girl and Stree, I believe the other chick's name is. You can legit see them, and that was such a cool little reference, which I don't know if this means that the games are technically confirmed to be canon. I mean, we know that these guys are games are in a separate canon to the anime and the light novels, but I don't know if that was just like, hey, so I don't know if this means Philia is technically canon to the anime, which I hope to God, which I hope one day we do see Philia, because Philia is like my favorite character that's been introduced through the games, and I would just love to see her finally get introduced in the anime one day, or the light novels, I guess I should say. But yeah, that was a nice little Easter egg. And then also on the wall, when Sion tells Kirito, hey, meet me up at meet me up at the cafe, you can actually see the Sword Online Fatal Bullet logo on top of one of the walls. I love that everyone put those little references to the game in there. I noticed that I was like, I was giddy for a bit because I found that to be awesome. Anyway, back to where, so then Sion asks about, what is your new job? This, shady trying. Where then Kirito gives us a massive info dump. I'm not going to talk about most because honestly half of it I didn't understand, and we would be here all day if I went over there and talk about it. So I'll kind of like briefly summarize it to the best of my understanding and my memory. So Kirito works, instead of working for like some alphabet of a VR MMO game, he's instead working for a brain machine interface for a new full dive technology, which I said before. They are essentially trying to create the Matrix, make virtual reality feel like real life, almost feel like you're almost like in a dream, and he talks about where is the human soul and everything. It's crazy. It's a massive info dump. Even Austin's like, what? Even she's confused by this whole massive info dump that went down. So that's interesting. I was definitely, but I was like, what? Because half the time I didn't even understand what the hell Kirito was saying, just because I'm not a tech whiz or a scientist. Anyway, so they take their leave, and of course Austin and Kirito go their separate ways, and we actually find out that actually Kirito is apparently going to America for new full dive technology, which apparently full dive technology is more farther advanced in the US than it is in Japan, which doesn't surprise me because Japan's usually more advanced than us when it comes to technology. I mean, just look at the stuff they create compared to we do. I was actually surprised by that, because I usually thought Japan was usually always ahead of us, but apparently when it comes to full-on technology, VR and everything, we're ahead of them. And Kirito actually asks Ozzy if he can come, if she wants to come with them, and it was such a cute little moment between where Ozzy of course says yes, and it was so adorable, because you guys know I love Kirito and Austin. They're in terms of ships, they're also my top 3. I love those guys. I ship them so hard, and whenever I get moments like this, it warms my heart. It was amazing. And so, and then we get to the ending, where Kirito and Austin are walking down this little street, where this dude is like, hey, you guys know where the subway is? And she's like, oh yeah, it's over there. And Kirito walks in front of her, with he's a guard up. He's like, you really think I would fall for that? And we find out that this dude is actually the last member of Laughing Coffin that got away, which I believe was talked about back in season 2. And actually, they even talk about it when the whole massive info dump happens. They actually talk about if it's actually affecting Kirito physically, like his brain, like the augment system was, which I'm assuming they're referring to the AR stuff that was in the ordinal scale movie. I'm assuming, just because I haven't actually seen the ordinal scale movie yet, so I guess that means the movie is canon, because we actually see that the new character, the little idol character that was introduced from the movie, we see her in the OP. So, and that plays at the end of the episode. So I guess that means that the movie is technically canon. I don't know if it was announced that the movie was canon or not, but apparently it looks like the movie is indeed canon now. Anyway, so Kirito gets in. So then the dude actually finds, and this dude, and now this dude, of course, as we know, was part of Laughing Coffin. As we know, they were PKers that killed innocent people just for the lulz, I guess. And because of this dude is a complete other psychopath. And he actually has this syringe with him that has I guess poison in it. Excuse me. And he comes, and then Kirito actually, like, when the dude starts, like, tries to, like, come at, where Kirito's, like, at first goes into SAO mode, grabs his sword, actually his character turns into his SAO character, he grabs his sword for where he usually is, and he's not grabbing everything because, of course, he's not in SAO, this is real life. I love that little touch, and Kirito, I love that little touch there. And of course, then Kirito uses umbrella. Of course, then uses the umbrella. So the dude starts charging. He pushes Austin out of the way, and tells her to run. And so the dude comes at him with a syringe. Kirito comes at him with his umbrella. Kirito actually like stabs him with his umbrella, but the dude also got the syringe in on Kirito. And of course, and they both fall to the ground. And Austin's like, Kirito, and that is where the episode ends. So, yeah, I'm definitely intrigued where next week is going. But before we begin, let's talk about the OP real quick, which, of course, was shown up at the end of the episode. Oh, I love the OP. Lisa is back to compose the OP, to do the OP song, which I'm glad, because Lisa, every time she does an OP, I always love it. She does amazing. I love her songs, and whenever she does the anime OPs, it's always amazing. It's always a joy to listen to them. But I will say, like I said, most of the intrigue I have for this arc is from this OP, because we actually see we actually see Akihiko Kayuba, of course, the creator of SAO, with a woman. We see Yui, we see, of course, the chick from the Ordinal Scale movie. I am definitely very intrigued of what this OP has to offer. Like, so it looks like we might perhaps get some extra backstory about Akihiko Kayuba, about why more deeds, or maybe in hell, maybe Kayuba actually gives us an actual, or I should say Reki Kawahara actually gives us a reason why Kayuba did create SAO. So I'm definitely very intrigued on what all that little stuff in the OP is there, because we also see see all the characters, of course, the characters we got introduced all grown up. We see Alice; she looks more like she's taking like a saber role, Saber from the Fate series role, where she has like a golden sword and everything. It looks like this series is gonna get very interesting, real quick. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what this arc has in store for us to watch. So yeah. Overall, I guess episode 9.5 out of 10. This episode was actually also, like I said, this episode was an hour long, so of course, my review ended up being over 30 minutes. So yeah, I'm definitely hyped as hell to see whatever we have in store for us next week and previous weeks. I'm definitely the following weeks. Definitely looking forward to whenever the dub comes out for this, because I love the dub for the SAO. I don't know if it's gonna actually air on Toonami while the show's airing subbed. I mean, it might, but I wouldn't probably hold my. But that probably won't happen with how Aniplex is. They'll probably have to end up being wait till after the Blu-ray drop or something. Anyway, so hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. And you guys will see with me. I gotta go watch Toonami.